a big summer for smartphones, and here to talk about that whole category in that space is Ross Rubin from the NPD Group. Ross, we have the new iPhone now, we have the big summer.
Yes, absolutely. We're seeing smartphones now account for about 28% of unit sales here in the U.S. So it's not a niche market anymore. It's becoming very mainstream, and just an explosion in applications in terms of what consumers can do on these devices.
And it's interesting now. It seems that people are buying phones based on what apps that phone can possibly handle.
Well, just as Apple really educated a lot of consumers about multi-touch and the promise of internet on a phone, it's now exposing the wide variety of applications, and other manufacturers are opening their app stores as well.
What are some of you think the hottest apps right now? What are people discovering?
Certainly a lot of social networking applications, a tremendous number of games that really go far and beyond what we've seen on mobile phones in the past. A lot of streaming media applications which consumers love, but they can also tax the network.
Yeah, and tell me about the network, because this is a problem with smartphones. Yeah, your phone can do all these things, but it takes forever because of reality.
Well, as smartphone prices keep dropping, the cost of a monthly data plan is becoming more of a barrier for consumers. So the good news is that we are on the verge of a new network rollouts called 4G networks, which will provide much more capacity and hopefully more affordable data plans for consumers.
Yeah, because they can be 30 or more a month by the time they add up the little pieces of them.
Absolutely, and the carriers are getting into the game, competing, saying it's not just about the price of the device, but what you're going to be spending on it for all you can eat month after month.
Yeah, and how are these smartphones growing in this economy? Why do you think people are still willing to part with cash for these high-priced phones?
A lot of it is due to internet access. We're relying more and more on connectivity to certain websites and brands and getting stuff done on the road because we have less time. So that's what's commanding the premium and the popularity of smartphones.
Last question, Ross. I've been interested to watch the form factors evolve, and now even, the phone I'm buying for my son has a QWERTY keyboard. They all look like smartphones even though they aren't.
Absolutely. The difference is really the operating system, and that's what allows developers to create the tremendous richness of applications. That said, we are seeing tremendous innovation in the feature phone space too, and they're really embracing trends like touch and QWERTY and internet access as well.
Great to watch the market with you, Ross. Thanks again.
My pleasure, Audrey.